The suspect in the New Orleans vehicle attack has been identified by the FBI as a 42-year-old Army veteran from Texas. Investigators say they believe Shamsud-Din Jabbar wasn't acting alone, and they're looking into whether he had accomplices. It's believed Jabbar drove a pickup truck at high speed into large crowds, killing 15 people and leaving dozens of others injured. He opened fire before being shot dead by police. The FBI says a flag for the Islamic State group was found in the vehicle. And police say they found a number of improvised explosive devices in the French Quarter neighbourhood where this attack took place. Our correspondent Tom Bateman is in New Orleans tonight on Bourbon Street. Tom.
Well, the scene itself, Jane, remains locked down, the very historic centre of this city, and the point at which, if you look behind this large police van on this strip here, was where that white pickup truck sped up, gained speed, took a right turn down Bourbon Street, perhaps the best known thoroughfare in New Orleans, and then ploughed into crowds on the scene there. Now, in the last few minutes, we have seen more police arrive here as they continue to scour the scene for clues in this city so used to celebration that saw a night of violence erupt.
New Orleans at New Year's Eve. This part of the city is its best known, a tourism and nightlife hotspot. Just after 3 a.m, chaos unfolds. The first signs of panic as police race to the scene. What they find, much of which is too graphic to show, is the immediate aftermath of a ramming attack. Officers say a man in a pickup truck ploughed into a crowd, trying to run over as many people as he could. He then unleashed a shootout with police, who fired back and killed him.
It did involve a man driving a pickup truck down Bourbon Street at a very fast pace, and it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could. He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
A British tourist, Steve Hyde, was in the city to celebrate his birthday.
I was in a bar 15, 20 metres from Bourbon, and we were all having a great time. I'd been in there for maybe 2.5 hours at that point. And then we heard shots and saw people running past the window, and didn't really know, what was going on. Obviously, we heard the shots. We knew it wasn't going to be good.
Dozens were wounded, including 2 police officers hit by gunfire. Police evacuated a wide area and say they found a potential explosive device in the truck and other possible devices outside it before they carried out controlled explosions. The FBI says the attack is being investigated as an act of terrorism. At the latest press conference, officials have given more information about the suspect.
The subject has been identified as 42-year-old Shamsud-Din Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen from Texas. He was driving a Ford pickup truck, which appears to be rented, and we are working to confirm how the subject became in possession of this vehicle. An ISIS flag was located on the trailer hitch of the vehicle, and the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations.
Investigators are scouring the scene for clues as further details emerge about Shamsud-Din Jabbar, including his US military background. This afternoon, President Biden gave his reaction.
I've spoken to every member of the agency, from the CIA to our national security team, to our FBI, NSC, and we're gathering all the, and I spent a lot of time with the government, with the mayor.
What was your reaction when you heard what happened?
Well, the reaction was one of anger and frustration. Thank you.
He says the White House is offering its full support to the city, which is now ushering in the new year, grieving its dead and praying for the wounded.
And Tom, just talk to us a little bit more about the feeling there in the city, the mood.
Well, there is an inevitable sense of shock, of course. I was just chatting to one man on the sidewalk here who said that he was in the French Quarter exactly the point at which all of this happened, just an hour before it took place, speaking of his sense of relief, but also wanting to return to this point, as many others have actually, to try and pay their respects, but also get a sense of the developments as they're unfolding. It's also worth noting, though, that, you know, this is an extremely bustling and very popular place full of bars, nightlife, and we have seen, and we heard from the police actually saying they wanted life to carry on. There's a big college football game that's was due to take place today. It's been delayed for 24 hours, but it will still go ahead. And I think what we're sensing is a sense of resilience that this city wants to try and show that it's carrying on.
And that comment, Tom, from the FBI that the suspect wasn't necessarily acting alone, what more do we know about their investigation?
That's right. I mean, the FBI said that they believe that there are accomplices in this. Now, they didn't give any more details other than to say that they are searching for, in their words, some bad people, at the same time as trying to secure this city. They will, of course, be looking extremely closely at the background of Shamsud-Din Jabbar as they continue that investigation. We now know, and the army has confirmed, that he spent a decade in the US military. He had deployed to Afghanistan for around a year from 2009. Also emerged as a YouTube video that he himself made in recent years, saying that he was an estate agent, an IT specialist. That's what he did in the army, and also I think giving the investigators further lines of clues as they continue to scour this scene, try and secure the city and look into the background of their main perpetrator, the main suspect in this attack.